So I was going to rant this morning. Just so I don't know. Well, I just had like a couple of things to say, and just kind of put it out there. So if you're watching this vlog, thank you for watching. I just got a couple of things to like say. Although this morning I woke up to the text of the state photographer. He's my boss, so there's the cholesterol blend. So I was gonna start from my trip yesterday because it's like today is Thursday, right? My trip on Wednesday was very good. The guys at Testimony Hotel were very good people. The staffs were amazing. Aside some of the English that they had, and it's understandable. The services were great. They had to help me stop the bus. I was going to take me to Ado yesterday morning. So they were like really amazing. They were the kind of staffs that because their services were so great, you would dash them stuff. So that's the kind of thing that they were. So I'm not gonna like take that away. Yesterday morning when I was having my jog, of course I went live yesterday morning, but when I was having my jog yesterday morning, it was giving nostalgic because I could see myself in some of the students that I was seeing that was going to school. Some of them were carrying their chair on their head. There's levels to this lapo baby thing. So if you cannot relate to what I just said, you are not a lapo baby. You are just and I agree. Some of them were carrying their chairs to their head, and it was amazing because I remember when I was going to school there, my dad is a furniture, so it kind of just makes it. It was supposed to buy it, right? But it kind of just makes it, and I have to carry it somehow. And he never came to my school. I think he came once in my 6 years of secondary school. And so yeah, I had to carry it. I had to make sure that I was fine and all of those things. So it was just giving a lot of nostalgic feelings and all of that. But yeah, it was great. I could see there was a child that the parent dropped at the school junction and just drove off, and the child began to cry. And I was like, oh, if I decide to say hi to this girl now, the big thing say I want to kidnap her, so we can just come out, So yeah, it was just giving a lot of beautiful feeling. I saw some of this this food that they were just made, and of course I was like, if the food were like hygienic enough, I was gonna like try it because I wanted to try it out, but I couldn't just get myself to like try it because it wasn't looking really hygienic. And I was speaking to someone yesterday, and she said that she said that the unhygienic is part of the food. But it was great. It was giving a lot of nostalgic, seeing some of the places I had knew some 15 years ago, 16 years ago, 17 years ago. It was just move like yo, and some of the houses were still there. There's not been so much development and all of that. So yeah, one thing that I later said at the Erin-Ijesha Waterfall that I want to say again is I think climate change is bullshit. Especially the part of climate change that they are pushing when they say there's not enough air, blah 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 blah. The CEO is so we have to take one nonsense kind of meat and all of those things. I feel like it's bullshit, and if you're buying it, you need to tell me why, because I could show you expanse of land in Ekiti that there's no. It could be like, it could be almost another state or something. Like, for an example, all the routes I passed through, they had large expanse of bush, large expanse of plantings in them, and especially when you leave F4 and you are going to Ikpole all the way to almost Ikogosi, from F4 to Ikpole, right? is pure, bush, and that's like 30-40 minutes drive. Of course, the road was a little bit good, unlike when you're coming from Ado to Efon. Those roads will break your bones. You will see some of them in the vlog, and I don't know what's happening, but I think we don't have roads in this country. It's sad. I had a friend I was traveling yesterday morning, and he said they couldn't drive for 10 minutes real good without swerving for pothole and all that. It's so bad, and the way it is, we don't even know how this country doesn't even know how bad it is for this country already. And I was talking to a very precious one yesterday, and we were talking around, and she was like, "Oh no, I don't want to travel anymore. I wanted to, And she was saying a lot of things, and I couldn't even argue with her because I knew what she was saying. I had to fly by for about 30 minutes consistently 2 times yesterday. Why? Because there was no car. The road wasn't good still, but I had to move because it is what it is. So yeah, I think that's one of the goodness of being traveling solo. You see some of these things and all of that. But I actually think that we don't have a governance in this country. My thoughts. I think that we don't have governance in this country, and they're just making nonsense laws now, and they ain't doing shit. Because the Aramoko road is supposed to be like a federal road, if I can remember very well. It's supposed to be a federal road. Exactly when I was coming from Lagos too, we had to pass a longer route because the normal route wasn't good anymore. It was very bad, so they were avoiding it, right? And even the longer route was paved too, but it was still motorable a little bit. So you can imagine what's gonna happen if it's a sad thing to say, but it's just really crazy, right? So that's like some of the things I wanted to say this morning. It was just very crazy. And yeah, you tell I stay in Idanre. I don't know. It's what it is. But we're good. Some press up this morning would put me in shape because I'm not sure I have the energy to run this one, especially where I am. It's not giving where you could run, so just gotta do what you gotta do. Some press ups and some squat to do some justice. Then I would figure out a way to head to Idanre Hill this morning. Because I need to be in it's quite far from each other, so you just gotta be up on your bum, that kind of thing, to make sure that you get. Then we'll head down to Ibadan today because apparently if I decide to stay in Erin-Ijesha or somewhere around, I'm gonna travel for like 6 hours if I get to Cap Village tomorrow. So just gotta do what I gotta do. It's a long one already, right? Welcome to my rant part of the vlogs. And I'll catch you guys later. Cheers.
I said I wasn't going to joke, right? But it just didn't make sense to me that I would not do it, so I just did it. Fun fact: it's a beautiful town, but the funniest part is not that they were building houses close to the rock. It looks like as if it's just rock that has some expanse of land. And yeah, so this was the bus run by state government. So you mean there's a state government that has public bus for students rather. So this was the only entry they had in Idanre. DGQ was the only entry they had, and I needed to eat something, so yeah, went to check in to see if they're gonna have stores available very soon. And yeah, they said, you know what, we open by 7, come around. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come in by 7.
Guess who went jogging? Me. So I kind of have. It was a great run, right? But yeah, don't mind. You don't really, you don't really tell us. So they didn't have like. So I ended somewhere really close to the hill because I wanted to go like early this morning. Because going early this morning would mean I would have to go into Osun State and all of that. So this is off. Anyways, great run this morning. Did 30 minutes. I'm back, still 15. I'm back. Yes, I want to talk about. So, what was the highlight of the run this morning for me? One, the mountains, right? It was like as if people were building, entering inside those mountains. Like, yo, I guess. But yeah, these are things you don't get to see in your metropolitan state every time, right? And another thing that stood out for me was saw guys, bricklayers, going to work, wearing those big boots. So they're carrying headbands and stuff like that. So it was like you, yeah, it was giving nostalgia. Like I said, we used to do a couple of things when I was young. One of these days we'll say a lot about it, but for now, nothing is to be said. Yeah. Now that aside, I wanted to say something around giving creatives privilege to shoot in places that are so called to be waterfalls or tourist attraction center. For example, when I was at the Ikogosi, they were like strictly no cameras. Now, as much as that's good because you need to put structure in place, I also feel like there are some times that, because now go online and search for pictures of Ikogosi, the well itself, where it met itself and stuff, you're not gonna find it. Right, and it's sad because same thing with Arita. Of course, I had to tip a little bit in Arita so that they didn't ask for it. But I just felt like they were like pretty welcoming, and stuff. So I had to. In fact, I paid the bike for the person that was working there that came and so yeah, that kind of thing. So I just kind of feel like there are a lot of things that needs to be in place, but they are not. Like you can't find a very good pro photo or good drone shot of Arita to like display what it looks like, and I also felt like it was neglected. They just focused on Ikogosi. Speaking of which, I don't think it's the state government that develops that place actually, because when I was to make payment, it wasn't bringing Ikogosi, it was bringing a company, and truth is, the company doesn't look like a Nigerian company. So what I think happened was that they contracted, or an international company came into the country to sign a contract with the state government, and they renovated the place. So they just retained the name Ikogosi because it has been like that since. But all payments goes into another company, that kind of thing. It's just, so I think there's probably a partnership with state government. Of course, it's a good one, but it's not the state government, because when I was asking a couple of persons, they were like, oh, the state government is doing it. Like, yo, you guys have been lied to. At least in my thoughts, so that's what I think it was. So, but yeah, thank you for coming on this vlog so far. I really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get dressed because I need to also catch breakfast and also go to the news as fast as I can. And just gonna head out from there. It's giving, right? I'll catch you guys later. Cheers.
So I went back to the chicken wrap to get something.
Is it bigger? What is it bigger? Is it bigger? Can I see?
That is interesting.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it. That's it. You guys should transfer.
Huh?
You guys take transfer.
Yes.
Alright. That's how much.
Sorry?
Oh, thank you so much. Well done.
So I got the food, got the water.
filming everything you do is kind of crazy, but for the sake of the vlog, what needs to be done is to be done. Yeah. Well made. You take a bite to Idanre. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Idanre. Okay, then. Yeah. Hi there. Idanre Idanre Hill. Ibi Idanre Hill. Come on, go in. 400. Ẹ tún já ilé mi. Ẹ tún ṣá ilé mi. Tó rẹ pé àmọ̀ pé mo mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí? Àbí? Ẹbí ẹ́? Ẹni step mo lọ. Ẹ máa gbé mi débẹ̀ àbí? Ẹ ń fẹ́ gòkè ẹ. Ọ̀nà rẹ máa gbé mi dé. Àsáhùn náà. Báwo ni ṣe? Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́.
So we got to the place in a few minutes. It wasn't even far from the place, right? And when I got to the place, I met a couple of persons that we negotiated how much. I think they took 2K for climbing, then they took 2K for the tour guide. It was this man that was taking me. I mean, the man was so advanced in age that I feel like he shouldn't be walking anymore. But I guess he just does it for fun, because the fact that he could climb all of those steps, like, Baba they try. I don't go even lie. So he started the tour with me. Yeah. This was yeah. So we started climbing steps. It was a lot of steps to climb. I think an average stage has like maybe 500 steps.
Okay.
So he was telling me that was where the steps started. But I know we climbed like a lot of steps. I'm sure it's more than 5,000, maybe. Terrible. It was a good experience because my leg hurt it when we were done. Right. And one thing about Idanre Hill is you would literally see a huge mountain right next to you, and you see a house. So they were literally just building houses around the mountains. Some even on the mountain, you know. So it was like a beautiful settlement that you would not have found anywhere else. They had this resting place. They had like multiple of them on the mountain.
That's now Connie.
Ile.
That's me. I'll call.
Okay.
Number one is me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're going to lie.
Ben.
What's Debbie?
Ben.
What's going there?
Ben.
I said, I joined B.
Okay.
Okay.
So the guide was telling me that this place is the first resting place. And when the king is coming down, when the king is coming up, he changes his clothes there before he continues climbing the rest of this thing. So you see the mountains.
So they have like
five of the resting place.
But from here is plain ground.
So here is where the gist is, right? This place you're about to see is actually an historical colonial house where the British stayed when they were colonizing the Idanre people. and the house has been there since, think of 1900s actually.
So quick one, I want to tell you about the sponsor. Infinite Sound is a music production company that handles both your music production, the sound engineering, your recording. They also do A&R and all of that. They are like a full-scale labeling brand, and you can check them out. Over the years, they've done amazing work with a couple of great artists, and they have a lot of things going on for them. So I want you to check them out if you're an artist or you've got an artist, all kind of range of artists, gospel, secular, whatever you sing. And in case you want to go into branding too, you need to check Infinite Sound out. I'll catch you guys later. Cheers. Back to the vlog.
So this is like the top part of the mountain, like toppest part of the mountain that we are in. And this is the house you're looking at. Like, you see, it is not preserved like a tourist attraction center, but this was where the white guys stayed when they were ruling Idanre people. And fun fact is, the Idanre folks actually settled on the mountain first before they went to this settlement that you're seeing. They went first, they were settled on the mountain. So we take a quick tour to the house where the whites were when they colonizing the people. This was where they stayed. Right, they try as much as possible to preserve as much as they can from what is left from the species. So you could imagine this house is as old as 100 years or even more. Can you see that? I don't know where Lagos developers learn work, but they probably need to come and learn work from these people. So we left there, and Baba started taking me towards inside where. So Baba.
Okay. Ojore. St. Paul's. You think that this road is really narrow. This place is a pit, and this place is also a pit. You see the down part down there, and this is just the only. So I was told that it gets wider. So apparently right now there's no network. Yeah.
Anyways, this is the first settlement of the Idanre people before they moved down. So you're gonna say a couple of things now. So this is for like the herbalists and stuff. This particular house, he said, was the first court that the Idanre people were using.
Wow.
Yeah, so it would show us the inside now. You would see so you'd see that circled place by the right is where criminal stays. Then lawyers and judges, that's where they sit. That inside part was the cell part. Yeah. So you find out that Nigerians actually had their civilization before colonization happened.
So apparently they're trying to maintain structures.
This is where they come to crown their king.
Okay, níbí báyìí, kan lọ́dún, níbí báyìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀. Ibi ni wọ́n sin sí.
Even the recent king will have to come here to come and climb here to come and take the crown horn.
So kò sọ́ba lórí ìtẹ́ báyìí. Okay.
So we see more buildings around. old buildings actually, like from the first settlement of the people that they're trying to keep alive. It's just more of historical locations actually. Like see the mountain standing right beside me. So this water is believed to have supernatural power to answer prayers and to heal sicknesses. So you begin to see traditionalists and all sort of building up here. You know, I can't believe that people used to come here. Like a whole town lived in these places. So this was the ancient palace of the king, and it was the whole civilization up here. So they are still trying to preserve this old palace, even though they had like a new palace. But they're trying to preserve the old palace because it's part of their tradition and where it looks like a source. And I was told that when the new king is installed, the king will have to stay, I think, 3 weeks or a month before they come and crown the king. So the king will stay here in this palace for like 3 weeks or a month before they install him as a new king. He won't go down at all. That's the degree of how much they still preserve this particular place to be. We had civilization as Nigerians before the whites came to colonize us. So see where, so this is the yard of the king. You could see the whole. You could see the paintings. So we had checked everything out, and now we're leaving now. So I was trying to tell you guys, don't do it at home. So what I did was I left, took back to the hotel, picked my stuff, then went to a garage, going to Akure. It got filled quickly, and this is me taking a bike from garage in Akure to, I think I was going to Cathedral, but I spoke with the guy, and the guy said it was.
So you need to get a car is going to Ijesha. From Ijesha you drop down at the end.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it was a good one. Found a car
right. So what I did was I took a car to Cathedral, then from Cathedral I took a bus that was going to Futa. So I dropped and I entered the public transport, and public transport dropped me here. So there are two spaces where you can drop actually. Here is a very good part, because if you drop in the other part, before you could get a cab or a keke or whatever, it will stay long. But if you drop here, you're gonna see bike easily.
Dropped and
that will take
found
you to
the bike.
So we took a bit of a ride down to Erin-Ijesha to see how it looks like, but it was like pretty chill. See a sparse of land, and there's nothing there, The road isn't so very good too, but I mean I'm on bike, so yeah. Couple of minutes and boom, we're almost there. We got to Erin-Ijesha, and when I got there, they were saying I need to pay for entrance fee. I think entrance fee was like around 5k. I paid the entrance fee, then I was now told that I need to get the tour guide. And then the tour guide needs to take 5k per stage, and there are 7 stages. And I'm like, what the heck? And I still have to pay extra money to shoot. But
It is part of the water.
it is what it is. Welcome to Nigeria.
Okay.
They are doing the water community.
rest me there.
Where they go nowhere? Make we quick run now. Make we dey go now. Oh, okay. 1957. Wow. Level lele ba. About the blessing car. Number 2. Anyways, came to an agreement with the tour guide, and it was a good one. There are good people everywhere. Trust me. There are good people everywhere that you get to. You just need to see the world like in a better light. I found out that our culture is actually really great, because once they found out that I could speak Yoruba, I could talk to them, I could relate with them, they were just pretty very, very chilled. Like, are you a lobby or buy a bond? Do you get it? So yeah, so this was where I stopped though, because it was kind of getting late. So I took some photos, some Milky Way, really good Milky Way shots, and it was amazing, dope and sweet, that kind of thing. Yeah. When I was done here, I just went to Ibadan Street, right? But it wasn't just like going to Ibadan Street. There was something I did that was outside the box after here. I'm sure you're gonna see it. To just enjoy the groove that I did here, the shootings of what is and what's not. So I was done. I was leaving, but as I was leaving, when I find new perspectives, I take it, to make sure that all that I needed from the place I could take. Now, 2 reasons why I didn't climb beyond this place is: 1, it's a raining season, and I was told that the floor, the rest of the steps, can get really slippery. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't climb more than this place. Then I felt like it was getting late, and I did not really want to stress it. So I just felt like, okay, you know what? I got what I wanted from here. I could take that, and I would just be fine with whatever I had gotten. So when I was done climbing and came down, I wanted to take a bike. They said they couldn't agree what I wanted, so they had to help me call someone to come and pick me. The guy agreed to the price. And yeah, so I saw a spot at the other side, and you know what? I was hungry, so I decided to try it out. Do I feel like it was a waste of money, Sha?
We got an Erin-Ijesha for 4,000 and for 500. Let's see how it looks like. Get into it. $500. So finished eating looking for bus to get to Ibadan. It's looking like it's going to rain though.
So I got to Ibadan and I checked in Ibadan, and so that was all about this particular episode. I hope you guys enjoy this particular vlog. Then there's a part 3 vlog. You don't want to miss that. I've got a lot of things to tell you about Cap Village and a lot to show you. Ta-da!